It has been more than a year since John and Kate Gosselin announced their separation and subsequently divorced, but that hasn't quieted the chatter about the Gosselin gang. From talk of her kids being expelled from school to her TLC show Kate+8 being canceled, it is hard to decipher truth from reality. So here to set the record straight is Kate Gosselin herself. Kate, good morning to you.
Good morning.
First of all, how are you and the kids doing?
Wonderful. We are doing wonderfully. It is so great a year later to feel put back together and normal, and we're functioning and we're in a routine, and we're very happy, actually.
So let's talk about some of these. I haven't seen you since June, but certainly read a lot about you, all of it in the tabloids. Let's separate fact from fiction, beginning with your kids, two of the sextuplets, Collin and Alexis. Reports are that they were expelled from their school. True or false?
That is false. They were not expelled from school. We have a situation where my kids are in an academically excelling school where academics are pushed, and I fully support it, combined with kids who are having just gone through a divorce of their parents, suffering all of those normal feelings, and the two collided, and they just were not doing well with the combination.
What is the problem? What's happening with them?
They were having anger issues. They were acting out, having behavior things, things that I felt very alone. Once I did the research, talked to other moms, that have gone through divorces. Very normal stuff in that regard. And so I did what I could do. We mutually agreed. I brought them home. I have them with a private tutor, an early education teacher, and she's teaching them 101, and they are excelling along with weekly therapy, and my kids are back. They're happy, they're functioning, they're well, and all is well again.
Is the goal to reintroduce them to school as soon as you can?
The goal is, prior to the end of this school year, is to get them back into school, and just giving them this time to take the pressure off a little bit, and focus on schooling, but also dealing with the very normal results of a divorce.
And you're being very open about the fact that there is fallout when there's a divorce, and often the kids suffer, and you have two that have the anger issues, as you said. What about the rest of the kids?
The rest of the kids, when you have two kids that are not, following the course, all 8 of my kids have always followed the same path, and this is the first time we've kind of had kids that haven't. You have to focus on, it's so hard because you're thinking, oh my gosh, what in the world? Then I look at my other 6 who are excelling in school and at home and doing everything wonderfully that they should be doing. So they're amazingly well. No, they are not being watched in school. No, they are not doing anything other than doing wonderfully. So overall, I think we have done very well. And I knew going through a divorce, my eyes were open. I knew to watch for stuff. It will happen, and this is not abnormal at all.
And now we're in the midst of the holiday season. We just had Thanksgiving, and Christmas soon will be upon us. Hanukkah starts tonight, all of the holidays. Have you and John reached some sort of a truce in terms of how you're going to handle the holidays?
There's no truce necessary in that regard. Strangely, the holidays have always been something that we've worked out peacefully. I always approach it with the kids need to see both of us, if not together, on the holiday. It's an understanding that we always split the holidays in some way, and that has been very peaceful. So it's been great. And the kids, have done a few holidays now, and so they know that this is what they need to do. They do ask things like, are we going to be home on Christmas morning? And they want to know the schedule, and I lay it out there, and they're very happy to spend time with both of us.
Do you communicate with John by phone or through lawyers, or how does that work?
Depends on the day, depends on the hour. I always reach out to him first. As far as, trying to do it in the normal manner, and I do it amicably with solutions and the best interest of the kids in mind. And honestly, when I approach him, I try to think of the old days, write him an email, give him a call, and try to talk to him the same way we always have talked. And my goal is always to do it peacefully. It's the best way.
Yeah, maybe he was thinking of the old days because he took to his Twitter account last month, and he said, I am acutely aware of the mistakes I made in 2009. I'm ashamed of the choices I made. I've apologized to Kate, my family, and to my friends. Have you accepted that apology?
I have never personally been apologized to. I don't really consider an interview on TV or a tabloid as an apology, unfortunately. But I have, strangely and ironically, I've forgiven him for the sake of my kids. He will always be their dad, and I think that people that are close to me are actually annoyed with me that I don't get more angry. I am angry. I'm hurt and I'm angry, but what good does it do to live that way? I'm pushing ahead and providing a future for my kids, and so I don't really have time to waste sitting around being upset.
Yeah, he also tweeted or twittered or whatever about the kids.
I don't even know how to do that.
And he's very upset that they're still on television. As you know, he went to a judge to try to stop it, and the judge ruled against him. He said children rely on the guidance of the adults in their life to ensure their best interest.
Absolutely.
He doesn't feel their best interest is being had right now with them being on this special series.
Well, you know, their best interest is what is good for the kids, what they enjoy, what I see on their faces, and there has been nothing but positive that has come out of it. You know, I am working while they're by my side enjoying life and traveling, and that is not only providing us trips of a lifetime, but it's providing for their future. And I am still sitting here honestly telling you, Meredith, and I believe it wholeheartedly, as does the evidence that you see on TV, that it is in their best interest and that it is something that is wonderful for them, and we would not be doing it if it wasn't. It's a heaven on earth job. It really is.
Okay, and the show is not canceled, correct?
No, the show is not canceled.
Kate Gosselin, thank you so much.
Thank
Always
you.
a pleasure to see you. Happy holidays.
Thanks, you too.